I was going down Heathslip Road doing 80 and I was hit at 67 kilometres from the side, and I very quickly thought, I'll be back to work in the next 6 months, it'll be fine. Not really understanding the issues and the injuries that I actually had. It probably took me about a year or so to get back to work, but I've had a very supportive work environment. I've had a very supportive caseworker, and everybody has helped me get back to where I needed to be.
We fairly early on identified that Jessie had significant trauma after what she'd been through, so approved and enabled her to access some psychology services herself. And I also extended those services to her brother and her dad. I think in the first at least 14 months of that claim, I spoke to either one of them every day. It was more about being that emotional support for them. A horrible thing had happened to Jessie, to their daughter, and they weren't able to see how life would be beyond that.
My claims manager helped me in a lot of ways, and she's helped me get equipment that I need, organise doctor's appointments that are required, helped me getting physio, getting rehab, taking my mind off of financial issues, which was a big burden when you don't know what's happening. I've always been a very independent person, so having to rely on a lot of people for things that you normally wouldn't have to rely on people was really difficult. So that was part motivation, getting back my independence.
Jessie was talking about returning to work while she was still in hospital from her hospital bed, which the biggest issue probably wasn't around motivating her, but around assuring her family that her returning to work was not going to be a bad thing for her. Jess was an OSH worker, which meant she would have been on her feet, running around after kids all day. So we had to find a way to transition the skills that she had into a completely different role. And we were able to achieve that, and it's been ongoing now for nearly, I think, close to 18 months, which is very, very fortunate.
I felt really good about going back to work. It was really nice to see people I knew. I'm staying within what I can physically and mentally do. They've been very supportive with me slowly coming back in up my hours. I'm currently at 5 hours a day. I started off at 1, and that was like 2 days a week. So we've very much come a long way in that, and it hasn't felt like a bad thing. It's felt really positive. Life's better, and I'm able to walk around the home without crutches. I have a lovely dog, and I'd say without my family and friends, I would not have gotten this far. They're a very good support system. I've got very good friends. For morale, they would actually come in and visit me, and we'd play Dungeons & Dragons, which is something we were doing before, which was really fun and really took my mind off of being in hospital. Yeah, so probably without them I wouldn't be here.
Everybody deals with situations like that differently. And I think Jess is a great example of where when you do have that family and those friends, that network, it can make a really, really big difference on how someone recovers and how their outlook is. So yeah, lean on others, and don't ever compare your journey to someone else's, because everybody's is different.
My advice to other workers out there who are injured, that it does get better. Trust your case manager, they're there to help you. I'd say a positive mental state will help you through the negatives that will eventually come and get you out onto the other side.